Aries, I am Gabriella from Gabriella's Vampire Tarot. So for this week, I'm going to be doing a general reading for you all. So I hope it'll resonate. So I'm going to be drawing a 9-card spread. 9-card spread. So it's going to be past, present, or future, and future, I mean. So let's get started. So I'm going to start off with the regular tarot deck. I'm going to clarify with a vampire deck. I'm going to pull Vampire Oracle. And I'm going to draw 3 yes or no cards. So let's see what the cards have for Aries. Now the reason I don't post, or my human doesn't post dates for, tarot stuff like some of these other tarot people do is because tarot doesn't really have a time frame. It's usually more or less a guide. It could happen that week, month, year, whatever. But the thing is tarot has no time, so you can't really say, oh, this week it's going to be, you're going to meet someone. Because maybe you won't, maybe you will, but, time will just tell. So that's how I differ, and that's why, how I've always done my tarot is because, there's just no time frame for these things. It can happen, just by pure coincidence, but I just think, just let time, see if it'll work out for you guys. Okay, so let's get started for Aries. So the general card for this week, is the Six of Swords. So let's get started. So for the first row, for the past, you get the Moon card, the King of Cups, and the Seven of Cups. Ooh, nice. Okay, so let's break these 3 down. So what I see here is, there seemed to be, a bit of a, we had the moon last week, so, this could even happen in the past. What happened is, it seems like, there was a really, solid, moment, where you had to be diplomatic as a King of Cups, and you got abundance. So maybe, you may have, had a wish, will come true, because in the future you're going to be getting the Star. But, what I just see here is that you had to kind of, overcome something, because when you look at the Moon card, you see, mountains in the background, and there's a path, leading someone over to the mountains. And, you see these dogs howling at the moon, acknowledging its existence and saying, please guide me, down this one path. And, and with the King of Cups, you could even, have a King of Cups in your life, whatever gender may be, man, woman, but it could even be a water sign, in your life, because you, in the past, you have actually 2 water cards, or even, 3, for that matter. So what I see here is that, you had to act diplomatic to get, abundance in your life, and maybe you had to kind of, overcome some obstacles in your life, maybe work extra hard, maybe you had to, work overtime, or you had, more, burdens in your life that you had to overcome. But it just seems like in the past, whatever strategy you had, really worked out in your favor, because, you got abundance. Okay, so for the current state, so, in the past you had a really good strategy and stuff like that. And, and maybe you did have to overcome some obstacles in your life, or maybe whatever happened. But in the current state, you get the Four of Cups. Now, this is kind of more or less sort of negative card. I mean, it doesn't have to be, you just see somebody who's pondering, and maybe, you're just kind of thinking, maybe something in the past just didn't work out, or maybe, you're just kind of thinking, what am I supposed to do now? In the past it worked out, but maybe, you're kind of stuck somehow. And then you get the Nine of Wands, and this is kind of like an exhaustion card, but yet you're not giving up, because then you get the Two of Pentacles, meaning you feel kind of like you're juggling something. So what I see here is that, you're kind of, you're, maybe in current state of affairs. Maybe in the past you had a really great moment. Maybe, you will pass an exam to get into an Ivy League, or maybe, you have shown yourself, excelling in this job and you got a promotion. But it just seems like, whatever it is, it's kind of exhausting you at the moment. Because, with the Four of Cups, you're kind of thinking, is the Seven of Cups, what I really wanted? Because it obviously looks like, it made you tired in current times. And you just, you will feel like, you're just, you're trying to juggle, but, it's just, doing, many things at once. Maybe the promotion wasn't a good idea. Maybe, getting into that Ivy League required a lot of, yeah, a lot of, stress of paperwork and finances and stuff like that. Or whatever endeavor you're doing. Maybe you're just kind of thinking, maybe this wasn't a good idea. But yet somehow, and with the Nine of Wands, you're not giving up. And that is kind of in the center card of the whole spread. So maybe, yeah, it just seems like, you think, maybe, it all seemed to work out well or something, but now you're just kind of, feeling a bit worried about current, situations. Maybe you just had another kid and you think, oh goodness, how am I going to afford 3, 4, or 5 kids or something? But don't worry, because in the future, you get the Five of Pentacles in reverse, which is a really positive card, because this means that, you're out of the poverty mentality. So maybe, you had to juggle a bit in current times, or maybe, yeah, you have to, buckle down on, your finances or something, or you have to do something, extra just to get out of this poverty situation, which is actually a nice card. Because then you get the Star card, a wish fulfillment, good astronomy, good health, whatever. Sorry, I'm not supposed to be. But this looks like a real, like a wish come true kind of situation. And maybe, in the future, like all your wish was to finally, find some kind of balance in your life. But then you get the King of Cups in reversed. You kind of think, maybe everything, seems to work out well, regarding, the wish fulfillment and stuff. But somehow, you're not on your top, level of what a king of coins is supposed to resonate with. Because, maybe, you have, some of your affairs, taken care of in current times. Maybe, you do have, good finances and stuff like that. But yet, you do actually get out of, some kind of financial poverty. So it doesn't per se have to mean money. It could even mean, that, you feel kind of, worn out and stuff like that. Because, yeah, but with this, Nine of Wands, you do feel exhausted in current times. And so maybe, getting out of this, yeah, maybe, from what I've seen is that, it took a lot of energy to get out of, the Nine of Wands whole thing. And now you just feel like, oh man, it's like, yeah, it just looks like pure exhaustion. But yeah, it seems like, a wish is going to be granted. But let's see what the Vampire deck has for Aries for clarification. So, for the Moon card, you get the Three of Scepters. Yes, in the past, you've embarked on this journey of going down this path. Whatever endeavor you were working on, it looked like, this path will seem like a really good idea. And whoever this person is, it could even be a fire, another fire sign that's guiding you or something. Because, sometimes, Aries can click easily with Leo or Sagittarius. But it seems like whatever this was, it looked like a really good idea at the beginning of your past. And yeah, maybe, you started off in a really good job position and you just think, I want to actually do more. Maybe you wanted to, get some kind of raise or an upgrade in your career or something, or endeavor, whatever it may be. And then for the King of Cups, if you get the Two of Grails. Yeah, you could even have a water sign in your life, that was, very supportive of your plan. Because the Two of Cups, you see two people, normally, facing each other and, with their cups saying, let's partner up. So maybe you had a really good partnership with a water sign or something. And, you start off even with the Moon, which is a water sign. And maybe you, fire and water can be a real steamy connection for you, Aries. So, Yeah, it just seems like, whatever the past was, it looks, pretty good. Because for the Seven of Cups, oof, you get the Two of Skulls. Now, this will be the second Two of Pentacles. Because you may have gotten abundance, but you had to really work hard to get that abundance. So, yeah, maybe you had to, work hard for that exam to get into an Ivy League, or maybe you had to work hard, to get that promotion, or maybe you had to work hard with whatever you were planning, but you were somehow, juggling, everything just, and you managed to get whatever you have because you got abundance in the past. So whatever that endeavor and plan was, it really, worked out in your favor, Aries. So for the Four of Cups, you're seeing somebody ponder. You get Judgment. Because Judgment, you're in the face of thinking, hey, should I pursue this? But it looks like, with Judgment, you normally see people, standing in their coffins looking up at the angel and their horn. But with Judgment, it seems like, well, you will be heading towards a wish granted because you're probably, thinking here like, how am I going to get out of this, situation? I feel kind of exhausted right now. Maybe, you're the start of a new job and you feel kind of overwhelmed and stuff like that. But it seems like, well, you have nothing really to worry about because, Judgment, the angel is still, tooting its horn and to say, you have so much to celebrate, Aries. You may feel like thinking, oh man, is it all worth it and stuff like that? Well, it just, seems like, with anything new, it always comes with, that you're just sitting there thinking, is it really, what I wanted? I worked so hard for it, but why do I not feel, celebratory in this card, but yet you do have something with Judgment to celebrate. So for the Nine of Wands, oof, you get the Prince of Scepters. This is kind of like the Knight of Wands. And, with, the Knight of Wands, that's kind of like a fast-moving card. So, you may feel exhausted because you were moving quite fast. But yet, somehow, you're not giving up. You may feel like, oh man, the start of this new endeavor or something is kind of making me feel exhausted because of all the hard work I put into it. But yet, the Knight of Wands just says we need to just keep going. And we're going to move fast because, we Aries, we have this fiery, drive within us. And that's, what the Knight of Wands is. It's also a fire sign. So, whatever it is, you may feel tired, but, just keep going. Get back on that horse and then just keep, riding off, down the path of the moon and whatever it takes you. Oh my goodness. And this is exactly, what I see. Strength with a Two of Pentacles reversed. You may feel like you're overwhelmed, but deep down inside you still have strength, Aries. You may feel, like with the Nine of Wands and the Four of Cups, like, oh man. But just remember, Aries, you are a fire sign. You're the Emperor. You're the first sign of the whole zodiac thing. You still have strength. It could even be, a fellow Leo or something, that could be, supporting and guiding you. But whatever it is, you may be feeling overwhelmed and thinking, should I give up and stuff like that. But yeah, with the Nine of Wands, it just says, no, you shouldn't because you are still incredibly strong, Aries. Now for the Five of Pentacles reversed, oof, you get the Three of Skulls. Exactly. You took advantage of a really good, connection and partnership, whatever the Three of Pentacles was, to get you out of this, doom and gloom kind of outlook. So, whatever this Three of Pentacles is, it could be a fellow fire sign, it could be a water sign or something from what I've seen. And, yeah, if you partner up with other people and you network and you just get out, you talk to your colleagues, your college friends, your high school friends, whoever it may be, if you're having reunions, parties, whatever, is let them know, that, sometimes a little bit of support can help you get out of this situation. Then for the Star, oh my goodness, for the Star you get the Ten of Grails, a wish fulfillment. Yep, this is a beautiful future. It could even mean that you can get married to this Three of Skulls. Maybe you're going to be proposing, maybe somebody's going to propose to you, Aries, but a wish is going to come true and it's going to give you the Ten of Cups. Wow. And just think about it. You know, a wish is going to be granted. Just look upon a star. You know, whatever you're dealing with. Wow, this is a great card for you. So for the King of Pentacles in reversed, oof, the Three of Knives. You know, yeah, you probably just feel, you know, a bit, you know, heartbroken. Maybe it was a Taurus, Capricorn or Virgo that, you know, with the Earth card that could have broken your heart or something. Or maybe you feel heartbroken because, you know, you may, you know, get a wish fulfillment with the Ten of Cups, but maybe somehow, you know, it sort of looks like, you know, some kind of heartbreak, some kind of bad news. It could, you know, perhaps, you know, will turn, you know, the good side back, you know, and so, you know, this is something to consider is, you know, in the future, you know, you're going to have a wish granted, but, you know, just be careful, you know, not to let anybody break your heart somehow. It could be an earth sign, or it could be even an air sign with the Three of Swords, but whatever it may be, you know, just remember, you know, there is still, you know, good fortune coming for you, and sometimes, you know, these cards like the, you know, the Three of Swords can sometimes be a blessing in disguise. Maybe you had to let go of something just to get that a Ten of Cups wish fulfillment. It could be, you know, a sad ending of some kind, but somehow, you know, this could even be a real good positive reason why you know, are off your throne, or maybe you're going to be suffering a loss of some kind with the earth sign or with some kind of finances. But just remember, you know, whatever endeavor you're headed for, Aries, you know, the star pretty much still has your back and says, you know, we're going to give you that Ten of Cups. Okay, so I'm going to be pulling Vampire Oracle. So let's see what the vampire has in store for Aries. Ooh, interesting. Prey. Stalked, invaded, and watched. It could be that somebody is stalking you and is hoping for a bad ending. But it could even mean, you know, during the Nine of Wands that you feel most that you're vulnerable and, you know, people can see you as prey. But Aries, you know, you're a fire sign. You need to, you know, avoid, you know, being seen as prey or something. And maybe, you know, you're being watched somehow. Maybe, you know, this air sign is kind of watching you to thinking, it could be an X of some kind or this earth sign. But whatever it is, you know, don't allow yourself to be seen as prey because, you know, it's, you know, it just, you know, wouldn't work out well, let's say. But, so I'm going to finish off by pulling 3 yes or no cards. Feel free to pause the video whenever you want. So, me pulling 3 yes or no cards. Let's see what the 3 cards have for Aries. Ooh, Chariot. Yes. Ooh, Ace of Pentacles. Yes. And the 6 of Pentacles upright is a definite yes. So, I'm going to leave it at that for you, Aries. If this reading resonated with you, you know, please feel free to subscribe. In a few days, or, you know, I'm halfway through next week or this week, I'm going to be doing love readings again, so I'm going to go back and forth. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I hope you guys enjoyed my channel. I love Aries.